Dude, I'm gonna have so many nickels by the end of this month. There's so many times where I could say, if I had a nickel for every time that XYZ happened this month. Let's see, if I had a nickel for every time that I happened to forget to plug in my wireless keyboard before I started a live stream, it'd be 2 nickels. If I had a nickel for every time that I feel like maybe not as many people got notified as they should have because I accidentally scheduled something earlier than I meant to, I'd have 2 nickels. if we had a nickel for every time that I think I'm the only person on this live stream for once, you know, like how we have people who join in and run the trains in the background, I'd have 2 nickels. If I had a nickel, what's the last one? There was a 4th one. Oh, right. Wait, no. Right, for every time that we did a repeat day where we didn't actually finish the in-game day on this save, and so we're continuing it on the next stream, I would have 2 nickels. Anyways, hello everybody. How are y'all doing? How's everybody feeling today on this fine Sunday morning? One more for the road moment. Yeah, exactly. One more for the road. And then I'm dead. I am just verifiably gone forever. God, excuse me. We don't want to talk about when the stream was originally going to start. Yes, let's go nighttime stream that totally is going to happen while I'm editing down next week's video. Totally not the last grand tour quote. I saw a James May video today, actually, earlier this morning. It was kind of fun to watch. Unfortunately, I don't have many things to talk about this week, just for the court record. I have spent all of last week working on a single freight car for ON30, trying to paint it up and build it, and I don't want to talk about that because that's next week's video. I can't tell you guys what that's about. I gotta have some some distance for that. Could ramble about the trip. Could ramble about Splatoon. I could ramble about the fact that the Athearn is actually going to be doing a rerun of the C25. You can actually get these soon. It's like $170 for a DC version and $220 for DCC and sound. And it's like, it's not bad DCC and sound, no less. It's economy, you know. What kind of a trip are you going on? I'll be heading to Michigan for about 2 weeks. I'm going to be visiting family. I'm going to be going to Grand Rapids and Detroit, and also some other stops along the way. And we're going to be taking the Empire Builder cross country, both there and back, so that'll be fun. We leave tomorrow. God, we leave tomorrow. Wait a minute. I still have one video I need to edit down before I hit the road. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Currently playing Trailmakers, doing racing stuff, and I'm trying to build a rocket sled, and not considering to aerodynamics, no downforce, just 2 ramjets strapped to a go-kart. Okay, but you said rocket sled, and all I can think of is like a go-kart frame mounted on a sled. And I love that mental image. It's so stupid, but it's so perfect. We're actually loading on water. Oh, we're already full up on water. Never mind. I'm blind. One thing that's going to be kind of interesting. I got some recordings of Durian that I might post. I'm not entirely sure if I will or if I won't. I might have to edit them down a little bit, you know. And add like some text or something. Why am I lagging so much when looking in this direction? The heck? It's not tree density. Yeah, boy. Hey, yo, Katie, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing pretty well today. Very sleep deprived. Planning for the vacation is going well, and you should be seeing a new video later today, hopefully. Is your headlight on? I was lagging like nuts every time I shined my headlight at Dill's sheds. I don't think it's the sheds that are the problem, but it does seem my headlight is on. But it was on facing the opposite direction. It was because, you know, we're turning it around right now. The tender headlight was the one that was on. So it would have been facing that way? That's weird. Alright, boop, boop. Huh. Okay. Maybe it was that. If you have light on in the caboose, the lag's like crazy. That could be it. Hold on. Aha! Mudge, you madman. Yeah, that'd do the trick, huh? It doesn't surprise me that he'd want to do something like that. Yep, and there we go. Frames are back. Thank you for the tip. I can't believe it was literally just a light in the caboose. Oh, we're off to a great start today. Figured out finally the map editor mod and made a connection for it in an industry, but making a bridge makes floating tracks. Do I need the asset placer mod to place the trusses? Surprisingly, you do not. But the way to do it, the way that I've done it at the very least, is just going straight into the code file and saying, okay, build me a truss, here are your coordinates. And you have to do this in a separate segment of the whole thing. Like, you build the bridge track, and then you build the truss item, right? Sorry, I'm late. Nah, no worries, TK, no worries. Don't worry, we got nickels. We got 2 nickels from how many times a piece of media was scheduled earlier than intended, and it means that not many people got tagged for it. Alright, hold on. Where is the PAX? The other PAX. This PAX. Yes. Oh, she's all the way in the yard? Okay, okay. The caboose reactor. That is an apt description for what the caboose light does to the game. Lamau. Finally managed to get the damn thing around the track. Got better than 90% of the players on the leaderboard. Went around the whole thing in 25 seconds and beat my actual race car by a lot. I love min-maxing. Dude, we had something like that happen last night. I was playing Splatoon, right? We were playing Splatoon 3, there's a Splatfest going on, which I probably will play, like, for the last hour after stream ends or something, you know. But we all decided to go with a weapon that is extremely terrible at killing people, but just excellent at getting, you know, turf, because, you know, it's turf war. You're supposed to paint the ground. I think we won 23 games in a row with everybody playing a weapon that cannot kill the enemy team. I mean, I guess it can kill the enemy team. We were clearly killing the enemy team, but... I love it when you just go full-on meme and it works, you know? Something special about that. Aerospray, yes, Katie. We went, all four of us went golden aerosprays and we won a 100x. It was glorious. Try doing the paper stop motion. Oh god, I used to do stop motion with Lego, like back in middle school, just for fun. I do not envy you with paper. Good luck and Godspeed, Jack. Hopefully it's turning out well, though. Even if it's pain, hopefully you're getting good results. Excuse me. Took me all night to get the track built. It's a tight 20-degree curve, so going more than 10 miles an hour is a derail. Really? 20 degrees for me has always been 20 to 25 miles an hour. Interesting. The best way to test is to go into sandbox and just throw things at it until you derail. You see, when your marker light is a collapsing sun, try no run into view for fear of entering event horizon. What team? I went with Team Future. This Splatfest. Which I'm very glad I did not go present. That was the other one I was considering doing. I've seen the numbers. I do not want to play mirror matches. I know it doesn't matter, because I don't really care for Splatfest, but I prefer at least have the illusion of, like, playing, you know, and having an impact, right? That's a nice little picture. At least with the GP30. Are you sure you got only 20? Because the GP38... I would assume is able to handle extra small curves. Like, I'd assume it would do better than the mediums I was running on a 20. Actually, I don't know. Does anybody know what the curve rating is for the GP38? It was only one to see if... It was only one seen. Okay, I see typo. I thought it was C to C, and I'm like, C to C, what do you mean? To see if I would like to do more. I didn't, so there won't be more. RIP. I think I'll stick to Lego instead of paper. Lego is going to be easier than paper, generally speaking. I think my personal favorite paper-styled animation that seemed easy to produce... Excuse me, it was literally just using popsicle sticks as puppets. And like gluing or taping on like things you printed off of your computer. Basically the thing, in Trailmakers, the leaderboard is split up by basically how much engine power you have, and the 2 jet engines I used are crazy strong, but only use 4 points because they have a cooldown and can't run continuously. So, wait, so you have 2 jet engines on your vehicle, and you were able to kick ass that easily? Just in the kiddie league. Nice. Ivor the engine was all paper stop motion cred. Jeez. Okay, I was gonna say that sounds painful, but at the same time, this actually isn't that just what animation is? I feel I feel kind of dumb. What are the names of your trains? Let's see. So we have Orchid. We have Lily. We have Violet. Hold on. We have to turn around Violet while I remember to. Hold on. Throw her backwards. Get her around the Y. Let's actually look at Violet for a second. And then we have Acer. Aside from that, the only other cars with nicknames are the coaches, which have Red Horizon, Lightmare, and my personal favorite. Hold on. I need to follow this for a second just so you all can appreciate the no one's around to help. I love that. It's so stupid. Hey, yo, Irish guy, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Problem with LEGO is that your character's motion is relatively limited unless you somehow manage to pry the arms and legs off in the minifigure. So what you're saying is, do what the LEGO movie did and just do 3D animation. Got it. All I did was a 460 named Delaware coupling up to a freight and then pulling away. How many frames per second were you going at, Jack? Ten FPS? 10 FPS and you deeped it up? Oh boy. That must... that must have been a lot of work. Also, man, why are we slowing down so much? How steep is the grade over here? It's only a 1%. I know we got a little bit of a heavy train, but like, whoa, sheesh. Why are we dying? There we go. Downloaded a mod yesterday that removed all the buildings? What? Why would you want a mod that removes buildings? Like legitimate question. I'm curious. Just go with relatively simple valve gear with just main rod and driving rod, or do you go with something complex like wall shirts? God. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's animate the entirety of wall shirts gear. That sounds not great. Then again, I'm sure somebody's animated that before. Oh, wait a minute. There's too many people to Dillsborough. We don't need to stop you at Silva. We do need to stop you over here. I didn't want to. One of the mods just removed them normally? What? Why, though? Who did that? What kind of sadist are they? Shout out to every time of a game animated Valve Gear correctly. Parentheses 3 and parentheses. You know, I was about to list off, like, all the train games that I could ever think of, but I realized that that's probably not the kind of games you're thinking of. Look, guys, they animated the Valve Gear correctly. Look at that. Wow. In this totally not a train game. Alright, chat, where do we want to head next? Where to? I guess actually I could pick up the train that's over at the brewery. We still have a bunch of work to do there. Reminds me, earlier this week in my robotics class, we were coding a circuit. I got it done at first and went to help one of my friends who couldn't get his to. There was a single extra end bracket. I know that feeling all too well. High-speed passenger run. Oh yeah, you mean the passenger train that I just sent off on AI? You mean this passenger train? Alright, so plan of action. I'm going to back up these cars, because I'm going to shove them into a track with all this West Henderson stuff, right? We're then going to back this West Henderson stuff up into the other West Henderson stuff, And we'll uncouple and leave these on one half of the interchange track and leave the other cars on the other half. Queue up Freebird and see if you can double Mallard's record through Government Island. TK, small problem. We don't have Governor's Island. This is the save that only goes to Ela. You don't go any farther than that. Do you have the passenger helper mod? I love it so much. I do not. I think I've heard about it, but I don't remember what it does. AI plays it safe, but we can push the envelope. Yes, we can push that safety record even farther down the even farther down the drain. I'm at the point where I'm not really interested in Rareiter. I'll just do models. That's fair. Everybody has a sort of point where they get tired of doing something, you know? Automates passenger trains. Also, have you seen the new RS3 mod? Dude, we were planning on adding the RS3 mod to this save, but first of all, it is a manual install, it's from what I can tell, which is I prefer not doing manual installs unless it's something like massive, like specifically the hold on, let me focus for just a second here. Unless it's something massive like the H6, you know? But the other problem is, I've been so focused on building next week's video that I haven't had the time and I forgot to install it. RS3 is an UMN install. I tried installing it via Unity Mod Manager and it did not work. I maybe that's just a me problem somehow, but that is not the experience I personally had. I'd be happy to be proven wrong, though. I would love to run one today. On Thursday, I got to play a Bari. I misread that as Barrel at first, but no, that's an I, that's not an L. Saxophone, which is one of my favorite instruments, and I learned, ooh, BB scale. Oh wait, that doesn't mean B, that's B flat. I know how to music. BB. For a future video, I need an acronym for the jet sled. Like, actually just spelling out jet sled? I would say Jesus take the wheel, because that's the only word I can think of that starts with a J off the top of my head, other than like jackalope or jalapeno. But, take the wheel is TTW, not ET. So... Actually, you know what? Nobody's around right now, right? We don't have anybody here. Why don't we get an RS3? Actually, hold on. How much debt are we in right now? Maybe I shouldn't get an RS3. I don't think I have the funds for an RS3. Oh boy. Yeah, screw that. We're not doing it. Not right now, at least. At least not unless somebody really desperately wants us to. Where's the wait? Where's the fusee? Oh, right. It was backing up slightly because it overshot assassination. Never mind. Oh, make a pannier and not give it knuckles. Oh yeah, let's get the flying buffer beam in here. Oh, this is totally not gonna end poorly. Barry, oh Barry, right, baritone. Barry, not Barry. God, this just tells you how long it's been since I've done band class, huh? Actually, hold on. You know what? Screw this. We're gonna go around the Y. Jarringly excessive transport speed line entering danger. To me, I feel like the last two especially, entering danger just doesn't quite feel right. But hey, that's way better than anything I was able to come up with. Jesus, take the wheel is not at all matching that acronym. Hello, Roberto. Welcome to the stream. Oh wow, there's a lot of cars here that want to go to the interchange, huh? Fascinating. You know what this game needs? We have the AE coming, so we obviously must go to the other side of the spectrum and add a handcart. Now, what we need? We need the, what's the name of the engine? We need the John Bull. Alright, she's topped off. Let's get her filled up on water, and we'll send her on a passenger run. I've decided that for my first round of modeling, I'm going to make a switching layout of a port, then add on to that later when I have the room. Personally, if I were to suggest anything for newcomer modelers, I think it would actually be to focus more on building an actual loop of track. It doesn't matter if it's just a literal loop of track to be a display, but Just have something where you can just sit back after finishing a little project and have the train run in circles, right? Because that gives you a easy response, like, oh, I finished this. We'll see how it looks while the train's running in circles, right? It gives you more instantaneous response. And less effort to get said instantaneous response in a way. Oh, switching layouts. I say that, but the first model railroad I ever built was a switching layout, so who cares? Do what you want, you know? GP8 is 38 is stronger than the RS3 and more detailed. Yeah, but it doesn't really fit the vibe of a short line railroad. Not everybody's looking for the strongest of the strong engines. We're trying to have some fun, you know, doing something different, or not really different with the game, but playing the game to make it like an actual model railroad, you know? I haven't touched the GP38 yet, and I probably never will. We need a 220 planet, Railroad Tycoon 3 vibes for days. If we're going with Railroad Tycoon 3... okay, I know this is the exact opposite of what we were just saying. Railroad Tycoon 3 for, You know that one train they have that's like from 2020 or 2050 that's just this big bullet train, right? Just add that to the game. With all the tractive effort and all the speed. 38 can be made to be a short line loco. Yeah, but not really a transition era short line, you know? You say that like my model railroad philosophy isn't just get the biggest locomotives you can afford. See, Celestial, this is exactly why I suggest that people build loops of track. Have a place to run those big engines, you know? Technically, Storebridge Lion is a transition era locomotive. Okay, give me 5 minutes. I need to look that one up. Yes. This is so weird using my new phone now. The transition had mostly been completed by 1956. Isn't this like late 40s, early 50s though? 56 is mid to late 50s. Alright, hold on. Store Bridge Lion. Google search. Oh, what? Huh? That engine was still in operation? What? Oh my goodness. RS3 was introduced in 1956. That is, like, way better than the GP38, which was built in wait, was it 1966? Or it was 1966. Okay. I have to Google that. The first, oh, you sneaky little bastard. From horses to locomotives. It's the one with the 14-foot tall stack. Yeah, Sir Bottom Hat was compensating. That's why they changed the lineage to Sir Topham Hat, because they wanted to disassociate with Sir Bottom Hat's tiny Why would a bottom have to compensate? You're not using it anyways. We've already got the conversation derailed. We're not even an hour into this final stream, and we're already off the rails. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Plan of action. We are going to go back to the brewery in a minute here, but I want to get this train set up so that we're loading up on passengers here at Silva. We'll load up with passengers to Dillsborough and to Ela. That was an unintentional set. No, I don't think that was unintentional, Lady. I'm pretty certain that was very intentional. Please don't leave. I need you still here in Silva. Nope, 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 nope. What? Stop moving! No! Wait, why is it... No, stop! Where are you going? Thank you, AI Road Mode, for, totally being useful there. Remember, everyone, I'm Ace, so I automatically just make the best dirty jokes. If you don't like it, take it up with HR. Yeah, take it up with, humping resources. New company branch. Just had a beautiful idea. Dr. Pepper crossover with I've never heard of drumstick ice cream, but to get Dr. Pepper drumsticks. See, for some reason. Also, I forgot. How? Wait, hold on. How is the tender at 87%? Or 75%? And how is this thing at 84? Well, oh, right. It's because we had that derailment. That one time. I forgot about that. TK, the thing is, you say Dr. Pepper drumstick. I feel like Dr. Pepper would legitimately make either chicken drumsticks or musical instrument drumsticks that are Dr. Pepper flavored as some weird cross promotion. And it goes viral on the internet simply because of how stupid it is. I could totally see that happening. Not that I want to, but the hell is a pepper drumstick? Dude, imagine eating a chicken drumstick, but it's literally just a pepper. There is no chicken. There is only pepper. You know what sounds good? Those giant drumstick legs for like a Renaissance fair. Dude, you're making me hungry. Man. I could go for one of those right now. Are the covered hoppers a mod, or have I just never noticed them in game before? They actually are in game, but there's only one industry that uses them, and it is the industry that is all the way up here at Hewitt. That's like the Nantahala talc and limestone mine or whatever. So not many people get to see that they're actually in the game, you know, because that's the only industry that uses them. Because of this, we have a couple of industries that we've modded into the game that allow us to use them more, though. Right now, we are running the Ela Brewery, which uses these to transport wheat and hops. I also have a feed mill on one of my own little industries, on one of my own mods, and that takes like 3 covered hoppers a day. But yeah, technically they're in the base game, but like, nobody remembers they're there. If I'm being totally honest. There's a mod that lets you use them for wood. Ooh, for the wood chips of the Whittier sawmill. That's an interesting one. Would covered hoppers actually be useful for that? You made me just realize I want an iron ore equivalent of Robinson's Gap so I can just have a ton of those adorable 52-ton hoppers. Unfortunately, those aren't in the game, so we can't use them in-game. But hey, easy solution for your model railroad. Just make an iron mine. Bam. To be fair, they might still add more industries in the base game that require the covered hoppers. Yeah, potentially. I hope they do. I think it would be nice if they did. Be much appreciado. Gonna place down a few of these so the passenger train doesn't ram us while we're switching out here. We need a cobblestone generator that requires water and lava. Leg dig, you know, be really funny is if occasionally you just need to supply slightly more lava along with one car that has a note that just says, "I am so sorry for effing up the cobblestone generator." You have a mod that puts it somewhere, and the mod also includes the baby hoppers. See, the only problem is we need somebody to model the baby hoppers first. Nobody's done that. I've got one of those tiny hoppers myself. It's adorable. I once put it next to an 86-foot boxcar for the lulz. Missed out on an auction that had 21 of them. Damn, that would have been a story to tell. I recently missed out on an auction of 4 ON30 hoppers. They were kits, they were resin kits. Though, considering my track record with resin kits recently, I'm not kicking myself. Actually, you know what? Small spoilers for next week's video. Not tomorrow's video, next week's video. I don't want to go into too much detail here. I want to make sure that, like, I balance this out so that you people learn something, but, I actually tried to make a resin kit. I got a dip, so have a good evening / day. Alright, take care, Irish guy. Take care. Thanks for tuning in for a short time. So, I actually tried building a resin kit. And, it has been so much work that to get it done before we leave for the vacation, I kind of just had to give up. Well, there were some parts that were warped. It is pain. It is suffering. I spent so much time trying to learn this new technique in only a week, and it was absolutely a mistake. But hey, at least I did learn something. I did learn a thing or two about how to assemble resin kits, how to use CA appropriately. If I had dimensions, I could make one in FreeCAD and then save it as a 3D printable file. I'm sure there's some drawings online that you could find for an HO, one of those suckers. Donk. Sorry I'm late. It's only been an hour. You're not that late. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. The baby hopper's the equivalent of the C-17 meme? What's the C-17 meme? I don't know that one. The baby C-17 meme? I don't know what the baby C-17 meme is. I googled it. It's a plane. No wonder I don't know what it is. I don't know planes. Are you planning on getting Train Sim World 5? Probably not. I've never been a huge fan of the train sim world games. I have one of them, and it's been alright, you know, it's been fun, but... Like, the reason I love Railroader so much is because it has a much stronger sense of progression than a lot of those other games have. Equally perplexing question. Woman-sized chicken or chicken-sized woman? Well, it depends. How much do you want to eat out tonight? I'll show myself the door. For that one stir, can you show yourself the window? Oh, don't worry. The window is, Oh god, which cat cam? Is the cat cam not functional? Oh well. It's not like we're using it right now anyways. That derailed the stream even more. Oh, don't worry. It was already off the rails. I can't... There's only so much damage I can do, guys. Where is the passenger train, by the way? Is she stuck somewhere? Oh, right, she is, because I don't even have her set on AI Road yet, do I? Oops. She would have gotten stuck in Cowie regardless, though, so I guess good thing I'm checking now, eh? The French partisans were as effective at derailing trains as you are at derailing this here train of thought. World War II would have ended much sooner. Yeah, well, we'll recreate World War II, but it's just trying to get a conversation started on this live stream that doesn't just go to something completely terribly cursed. That's certainly an idea. Anyone got any train puns? I would, but I don't think they'd be that entertaining, personally. I haven't had enough time to refine them. Oh, worth it. For some weird reason, that does remind me of something interesting I'm going to be doing on vacation. So, something funny happened the other day, right? Y'all know how for the recent videos I've been adding that Minecraft background footage just as, like, basic background footage for continuity's sake. Well, one thing I can do while I'm on vacation, because we're going to be riding the Empire Builder, is I can just take videos as we ride the train. I can just record out the side of the window or something. I need to make a boat mod for Railroader now. Like, model a side wheel tugboat and make it into a railroad engine. Yes, the ballast is going to love that experience. It's gonna be a great way to tear up railroad ties when you, like, when you're in the Civil War or something and you just need to destroy the tracks before the South gets up here. Make a yacht with train wheels. Yeah, hold on. Let's go right around on a on a sail-powered train. Just don't mind the tunnels, where it's just taking off a little bit at the top. No barber, just a little off the top, please. And this is just a video of like that 11-foot 8-inch bridge just completely decimating a truck. After God knows how long, I finally have a 6-axle frame for my 2472 tender, so I can actually finish the thing. Let's go, let's go. I have an N-scale engine I need to repair. You've just reminded me. My father got me some new parts for it recently. We have a Mikado that runs really well, aside from the part where the drawbar between her tender and her locomotive is completely shattered. So we got a replacement drawbar and also some extra decorative parts that we can use to spice up the engine. Make a paddle steamer mod for Railroader and a steam locomotive mod for World of Warships, the day's sponsor of this stream. Alright, how is this one gondola? You know what's really annoying here? That this gondola is empty, but this one is loading properly? This irks me a lot. Heyo, Locke, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We have made way too many corny jokes. It's going well so far. My brain is a little out of whack. I am tired. I stayed up until 3 a.m. editing a video last night, by the way. I guess I haven't fully said that, eh? Was it worth it? Probably. It was fun. I got things done that I needed to, but... now I feel like a dead fish on an open Seattle market. And let me tell you, being dead sucks. Don't be a dead fish, chat. Just don't. Take it from me. Being dead is not good. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave this engine here for a little bit. Can I be a dead whale? If you are, you're probably going to wind up on the beach of Oregon and wind up destroying like 17 cars because people thought dynamite was a good way to deal with a dead whale carcass. So sure, you can. Just got back from rail fanning, caught a BC rail unit. Nice, nice. That, you know, there's the reason why I don't drive these passenger trains manually. Those are the Vulcan engines repurposed from London and Greenwich Railway. That's not an ex-atmospheric, right? Oh god. You mean the rat pulper railways? I love the rat pulper railways. It was damn, in 1836 it was an entirely elevated railway? Jeez, that's impressive. So we're just going to ELO, right? Yep, just to ELO. God, like just the mental image of in the middle of like a submarine, there's just this random small steam engine just sitting there, just working its ass off. Spinning in circles violently. I mean, this is basically it. The cranks and the wheels are connected directly to the ship's drive. Hey, if it works, it works. I love the idea. I know it was probably geared down to be slower and not displace as much water, but you know, you see how fast these wheels are going? Imagine that, but for an entire paddle wheel. the amount of water you'd be displacing. Oh my god. This just in, the entire city of Chicago is flooded after a sudden bout of rain. Also, this new big paddle boat is functional. God, this is such a stupid idea. I love it. GNR Sterling single paddle wheel. Now you gotta have like a 480 in there, you know? You gotta have multiple drivers just so it's even more comical. You'll have to have you get multiple paddle wheels, each one hooked up to one of the actual wheels. You know, we could probably hit 50. Like, how sharp's this curve here? It's only a 7 degree. We can go faster. The SS Great Eastern's paddle wheels were 55 feet in diameter, and the cylinders were 14. Goodness gracious. That's a little nuts. Whatever Brunel was smoking designing, I think I want some. Senior quote right there. You know, I might need to get more passenger cars for the train soon. Like, this is a very cute and simple train, but like... we don't have enough space for people, you know? Might have to get an upgrade. Westcourt North Carolina Railroad YouTube channel posted a vid of the new loco and coal cars mod coming to the game. Yeah, I saw that one. It was the 210-4, right? Hey, if you want more power for your coal drags, step aside, articulated. We got, what, 92,000 pounds of tractive effort? Which reminds me, I did start work on a mod that adds a mine to Topton, but it's not finished yet. I gotta keep working on it. Imagine actually having to pull a full like 30 car empty coal train up to 4.5%. 92,000 with what engine? With a 210-4. A Chesapeake and Ohio 210-4. I'm a bunch of a ship guys. I am a train guy. Oh yeah, no, 100% me. Like, I'm out here. Like, what are you? Why are we talking so much about boats? I'm sorry. All I know is the funny choo choo. I heard of the Shady Valley and its new engine number 13 Barracuda. I think we talked about that last stream. Barracuda is the 2664 Camelback articulated, right? Something like that. That I knew about, but I didn't know it was that strong. Yeah, no, those things were beefy little bastards. they're quite strong locomotives. There's a reason that they the Pensy chose them, you know. I don't remember what how much stronger the articulateds that the Norfolk and Western had were, if they even were stronger, but yeah, no, those things are strong little lads. Very chunky. Brother, I crave the steam siren. Okay, Jack, the way you spelled that out. Is this the video I'm looking for? Is this a sound clip? Please. Yeah, there we go. That's all I can think of. It's just the way you spelled that out. was wondering, how do you play stuff with which mods? Because I still can't find any placer mods, and yeah, I posted them in general the other day. Somebody asked this question, and I answered it as best I can. I think it was literally yesterday. Alright, slow her down to 35 before we hit this corner. Norfolk and Western A's had 114,000 pounds of tractive effort. Okay, okay. I guess the main reason that the Pennsylvania wouldn't have gone for those is simply because, hey, it's a duplex, and we all know how the Pennsylvania loved their duplexes, and they were such good running locomotives, and how they had such a great track record on the railroad, and every engineer loved them. Still want a game with one of those 5'6" gauge Indian 482s plus 284s. You want a Garrett? I mean, it could be fun to have like a little narrow gauge game, like in Australia. Like, say, 2-foot gauge, maybe 3-foot gauge. And then have some sort of like mostly British inspired locomotives. I think that could be kind of cool. And make it so at the end of the game there is actually a grade that requires a Garrett. Just make Railroader but reskinned to be Australian. Cape Gauge. Oh my god, how did I forget Cape Gauge exists? I am so stupid. And again, you don't join these streams because I'm smart. If you did, what entertainment would there be? Come on now, we wouldn't have 4% damage on my locomotive if I ran it smartly. The idea of a duplex 2.6. Oh, yes. Pennsylvania S1, step aside. We have a new railbuster. Aussie Railroader would kick ass. Yeah, I feel like we don't get enough Aussie love and Aussie representation here, you know? I do recognize that some of their designs are similarly American and or British. But still, it'd be cool to have some sort of Australian train game. I feel like I haven't heard about any of that. I haven't heard enough people saying, hey, yo, you heard about the Australian trains? I've heard a lot about the British ones. I've heard a lot about the American ones. I've heard some about Asian ones. I've heard some about African ones. But I feel like I don't know much about Australia. Aside from the fact that they use inverted monorails for tourists. Because it's the only way that they can get them to stand right side up. Pulling out the stereotypes. Let's go. Also, I didn't even bother. I forgot to actually unload all the passengers. Oops. We wouldn't talk about Sir Bottom Hat and his spiders if we were here to be intelligent. Exactly. Intelligence is for the videos. Idiocy is for the streams. I would like a little bit of idiocy. Me in the distance, very far away. Du bosque, du bosque, du bosque, du bosque. Meyer, 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 Meyer. Look up Darling Harbor. Coolest yard I've ever seen. Had a 2-floor goods shed with rails on both floors. I think I've seen it once. It's been a hot minute, though. Been a while. Alright, hold on. How many passengers are waiting at the station and where are they headed? We have 136 passengers, mostly to Whittier and to Silva. That shouldn't be too hard to deal with. Tiny Victorian 060s keeping pace with modern steam and 60s weird Aussie diesels. We love the double-ended F units. Those strange little things. Also, is Australia mostly Cape gauge or is it mostly standard gauge? I don't remember. I think New Zealand is mostly Cape gauge, but see, this is why I'm asking about that sort of region. I don't know much about it. All new Aussie F unit now with 4 cabs. Order today. Oh, that would be a monstrosity. You have like double-decker. You have one for the kids, one for the dog, one for the wife, and one for you. Just you have short cabs. Oh, this could make the best classic like 1960s advertisement. Never got to play Moonbase Alpha and mess with the TTS. Getting it to do and say the stupidest things. I mean, you can still play Moonbase Alpha, can't you? Also, memory serves me, the text-to-speech still... Like, the text-to-speech is just a certain program they implemented. If you could figure out what that program is, it wouldn't be too hard to mess around with it again. Act now and get 0 down payments. Australia's broad? Broad gauge? Interesting. Huh. You have to Google that. I'm curious now. What is this? Australia train gauge. Oh my god. This is an entire Wikipedia article of this. As of 2022, there are 11,914 kilometers of narrow gauge railways, 18,007 kilometers of standard gauge, and 2,685 of broad gauge. Okay, so it's mostly standard gauge, but there's so much narrow gauge and broad gauge that it takes up about half of the country's rail network. Holy crap. Oh, and they even have a little map that shows you. Oh, this is open rail map, isn't it? And they have broad gauge down by Melbourne. It's really funny seeing the random little stretches of narrow gauge just sort of scattered throughout the entire country. Like the stuff over all the far west and Perch, and then the stuff down on the southern island. Wow. I think a lot of it was regaged at some point. I know the Scotsman had. Oh my god! They converted the Scotsman. They regaged the Scotsman to run her in Australia. Okay, that's legendary. That's awesome. Actually. Anybody know if Microsoft SAM still works? Last thing I saw using it was made in 2008. I'd assume it does, but I have no clue. I have no idea. That was an April Fool's prank? What? Oh, is this like that one post where somebody said they added the cabbage stack to the 4449? Man, my brain is a little spacey right now. Apparently that sleep deprivation is kicking in hard, huh? Okay, so the brakes of Gage were eliminated under the Clapp report, and track was progressively re-gauged from 1950s onwards, going into the 1990s, so it might have been broad gauge when the Scotsman ran. Emphasis on might. We don't know. The all-new 1970s Australian F unit with 4 cabs, only at 2.5 million. Act now and get no down payments on this locomotive. Find your local EMD dealer behind the local Walmart selling crack. Reminder that British Rail still owns the patent on flying saucers. I forgot about that. What was the reason for that even? What was the point? Did it even have a point? Was it just some weird conspiracy BS garbo? British Rail owned a lot of other transportation and other passenger traffic inherited from the railways, like ships and hotels. Ah, yes, yes. Man, Railroader needs to make it so we can build hotels. Just make it like OpenTTD, where if you build a hotel, you get more passengers in the area, and it accepts more passengers in the area. That's what we need. I can't tell, Celestial, I can't tell if that's censored British or aliens, but the fact that YouTube censored that is comical to me. Totally YouTube can read the room, right guys? 100%. No question about it. I'll have you know, the British have a proud history of showing up at other countries uninvited, but they are in other countries for long. Colonialism. Everybody's favorite. He says with such confidence. Wait, are we really gonna skip Wilmot again? Are we gonna fill up on passengers and not have anybody going to Wilmot? Just to Silva and Dillsborough? Wow, rest in pieces, I guess. You have nobody going to Wilmot because you aren't picking up from there because you keep skipping it. No, it's not that we have people going to Wilmot, it's that we don't have the space for people going to Wilmot. We have 15 passengers waiting, but... this is why we need more passenger cars. So that we can ignore Wilmot, but say that, hey, at least we had the space for it. We'll just do the 10-day timer. We'll do 10 days in a row without actually going to Wilmot, guys. You know, it's actually kind of interesting. By the way, random tangent here. I've actually looked at Wilmot. Like how it was back in the day. I've looked at the track diagrams. There's no station. Or at least there's no tracks here. I don't know if there's no station. I didn't observe it close enough. But there's no station. There's no spurs. There's no passing track. It's just... the main line just continues through this area like nothing happened, you know? Well, when passengers get to travel on a reefer full of straw that just says, "Here, you damn animals," on it. Dang, they don't even get a stock car? Wow, what cheapskates we are. Of course they don't get a stock car. We treat them with the same respect as the cold cuts. Ah, yes! Soylent Green. My favorite. This isn't related to the conversation, but I'm flat out sad that you're not streaming for a while, because the stuff at school has been getting to me, and some days these are the only thing to look forward to. Well, if it's any consolation, we are going to have a video every week. And they'll be a little bit longer than usual, too. I know it's not quite the same, but... There will be something while I'm gone. Something TM. Jet Sled, the Jumbo Electric Track Speeder. Lucky elimination device is what I was able to come up with. Yes, you would be lucky if you were eliminated by it, because it means you don't have to think about it anymore. Hello, Wilmot. How many passengers do you have waiting? 2, 3, 50? 50's a lot more than that. Impressive. Actual people at Wilmot? Might need more than one passenger train at this rate. What I'm thinking is that I might actually just change the passenger train to be only coaches and have it so we only Y the locomotive and like leave the coaches alone, you know? Because that might be the best plan of action here. At least that's what I'm thinking. I know there is the technique where you can have like an observation at both ends. I don't like that technique. It's ugly in my opinion. Don't look good. Took me 3 in-game years, but in Stardew Valley, I finally upgraded my trash can. Hey, I beat you. I did that in the first month. Actually, I didn't. I did it in, like, the first year. I really hope the garbage is filled up by the time we finish this. I really want to get back to the brewery train. So running the passenger just isn't as interesting, isn't as fun to me, but... I run 3 passenger trains between each terminus station on the railway. 2 up the main and 1 through the Alarka Y, and I still need 9 coaches each. Nice. Personally, on most of my saves, though, I try to keep it to just 1, because, you know, it's a lot of fun to occasionally just remember the AI passenger train, but when there's, like, 5 of them or something, you know, it's not quite the same. Heyo, Gilded, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. You went bowling? I haven't been bowling in years. I am the commuting god. This is my single player save. Admittedly, I feel like if I were doing single player, like not on a live stream and like not thinking, oh well, I'll save some trains for other people, I would probably be spamming AI to high hell, and I'd probably be doing the same. How else am I gonna make money? For passenger trains, they usually run a 3 at a time. A mainline express making stops based off of the real-world map. At least I assume that's what you mean. A commuter that makes all stops and 1 from the Alarka branch. It's really funny to see the Alarka branch trains that people usually do, where... Because, like... You're dedicating an entire engine to only doing 3 station stops total. Like, why not just go all the way to Bryson, you know? We've run through a lot of oil just going down the railway one direction. Good lord. 92% oiled? Larka branch makes me want a doodlebug. A doodlebug would be good fun. RDCs would be comical. My plan on my Carolina Midland Railway area save on where the lines number 1 and number 2 run with the modded tourist coaches for their Larka Scenic Railway. That could be a lot of fun. What? Though, hearing this is reminding me of the plan to just completely build, like, replace all of the industries, remove all of the industries that aren't on the actual map. They just simplify the world to make it even more realistic to a fault. I think that could be a funny little challenge map. Oh hey, speak of the devil, I just found the image I was looking for. The sample image that shows Wilmot. You know what? Hold on, where is it at? Mom just made some chocolate chip cookie brownies. Dang, I'm jealous. Those are... I've been having brownies a lot recently. They're really nice. Just, I don't think I've been having chocolate chip ones, just sort of basic brownies. It's been pleasant. Just a little sweet. Anyways, look at this! Wilmot. Where the heck are the sightings? Hmm? Where the heck is Thomas Valley? I know it's a game, but I'm just looking at this through the perspective of, but what if we made this a reality? What if we actually built a true track arrangement for what the Murphy branch actually looked like back in the day? There's also another sample over here. But this is actually for the Murphy Junction, so 'tis no good. Doesn't matter to the game. But yeah, apparently you can just get there's this DVD you can get, $20, that actually has every single piece of track represented for the Murphy branch in track diagrams. That's pretty cool. Imagine a train's turbo F unit and railroader. I misread that, and the CN turbo trains would be cursed. Wait, you mean those trains that look like blimps that your parent said you had at home? We have blimps at home. overshooting the station, aren't I? My brain is, I'm definitely sleep deprived. Sightings were first created when someone left a derailleur on the main and derailed a tracking train. Well, boys, we're here. Let's get to work. Proceeds to not realize for like half an hour what the heck they're doing wrong. Did I just say 141 for Whittier? I think it did, yeah. Vaguely looks like 141, but I don't know. That might be 142. Hard to say. Alright, so what you're telling me is that everybody's arrived. We're just waiting on the people to ELO to load. Gotta go. Alright, take care, Nate. Take care. Thanks for tuning in for a little bit. In the server, how'd you get to be able to place tracks? I got the mods, but on the map editor it says select CLBS and mod it there. I'm not mentally prepared to give a tutorial, man. You'll have to wait a few weeks before I give an active tutorial on how to build your own tracks. It is not an easy task. Though maybe next month I'll focus on getting tutorials out for Railroader. I'd best head off too. It's 10 PM and it's Monday tomorrow. It is Monday tomorrow! And you know what that means? I die. I disappear. You guys won't be seeing me for at least 2 weeks. Wait, we had passengers to Wilmot? Where did we get those guys? What do you mean? Nah, this is rigged. That's just a blatant lie. We don't have those guys there. They don't exist. They aren't real. Take care, T14. Take care, Leg Dig. Sleep well, sleep well. There's a picture of the ACC's Caboose X1 on your server. I'll check it in a second. Hold on. That's an interesting little paint job. Kind of cute. You discontinue passenger services to Wilmot. You say as I'm planning to purchase more passenger cars so that I can actually get passengers going to Wilmot again. Because we don't have enough space. Guess the people of Wilmot came to your office with pitchforks and torches demanding passenger service again. Oh yeah, and like with the Erie Gauge War, we just shot at them while riding on the end of an observation car. Just with a hunting rifle. Alright, how many passengers we got waiting here in Silva? 172. Ah, God. We absolutely need more passenger cars. No doubt about it. For all I love the Virginian, they basically did the IRL version of the 10 days thing and did the absolute minimum for passenger service during their entire existence. Hey, it worked for them, didn't it? Aside from the part where they did inevitably go bankrupt. Well, where's the passenger cars again? How much would it cost? So I can purchase up to 3. Okay. I could probably get 4. How much is the observation? Oh, goodness gracious. That's so expensive. What the heck? $25 passengers to Wilmot. The Wilmot fans are eating good today. Name one of the new passenger cars. Absence. So we do actually have a naming schema for the passenger cars. It's songs that we play at the beginning of live streams sometimes. So you'll notice, for instance, Red Horizon. That's the name of the song that we played at the beginning of this stream. And we have Lightmare. We have No One's Around to Help. So if I wanted to go for more, I also have songs like Crystallize, Evolution. I didn't mean to press that button. Arcadia, Rumble Rangers, Tally Ho, exclamation point, Polar Picnic, we got some options. No One's Around to Help is a song. Yeah, it's a song. It's the song that I usually play at the first stream of every month. That's my rule of thumb for playing it. Hey OS, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I might, honestly, with how buggy the A18 has been, I think I'm gonna replace. I'm just gonna cheat in an A23 at this point. Like, this one's been acting okay, but like, we had so many derailments in the past. I don't want to bother with it. Especially since we're actually going to be switching out the passenger train here. And we're probably going to be switching out the passenger train more in the near future, too. CNIM 440 is going to be Shop Queen. Now, CNIM 440 is just going to be gone at this point. Gone until the mod gets fixed. So the A23 is still good and a Con Hall more. Exactly, exactly. I can do. It's less buggy, and I can I can haul twice the train. Get the F units. This railroad is not big enough for F units. It's too small for me to reasonably justify them. Plus, with the A23, I'm willing to justify it because A, we've had so much trouble and bugs with the A18, and B, it's a similar wheel arrangement, and C, it's not too big of a power jump. And D, it's not too big of a price jump, right? How much is the difference? Nearly $7,000 versus... Okay, that's a little more than I thought it was. It's about a $2,000 price jump, but you compare that to, like, the F units. Huge power jump, different wheel arrangement, different fuel type. Huge price jump. Nah, it's not the same, you know? And this sucker has a PR3 chime. Okay. Mode sandbox. Because we need to get rid of you. Delete. Shift T. We want to spawn in an A23. I'll spawn it in over here. 103. Violet. Not violent. Violet. Now we need the PRR3 chime. Then we also need to copy over the text. Fortunately, that's not too hard to do. I can just go ahead and copy. Grab this engine. Equipment, customize. Wait, no, wrong thing. Equipment, customize, paste. Boop. Bam. If you ever were to expand, which I know you're not in this save, but if on another it helps with red marble. Yeah, but I don't really have any plans at this point in time to go to red marble. I don't have any saves or I plan on expanding to Not to Holler or Topton yet. I could. It's not impossible for me to do. But I am currently in the limbo of, we're fine, we're fine. Still growing slowly, but it's not growing. We're done. This is literally this save. We're not going to expand it any. At least at this point in time, I have zero plans for expansion. Because if we want a bigger save, you know, we just hop over to the save that goes out to Bryson and to Alarka Junction, to Alarka to Brooks. The only growth we really need to do is making sure that we repay our loans. Sundown line is more like a typical short line railroad. Exactly, and that's what I really like about the Sundown River line. Is that it really does feel like a prototypical short line railroad. Alright, hold on. I got a solution for this. Equipment, customize, copy. Passenger, equipment, customize, paste. Now we need the color of the car, equipment, customize. It's this brown. Customize. We also, nope, default that. Paste, apply. Copy to coupled. Now I just need to figure out what names I want to give these cars. Wavelight Exosphere Arcadia? Let's go with that. Wavelight. This will be 412. $413. Exosphere. To be honest, I find short-line railroads more fun to operate than large, more well-known mainline railroads. A bit laid back, quaint towns and industry, smaller motive power, and most of all, charm. And most of all, really, they're also easier to model, you know? That's what I like about them. You don't need... Yes, you have the charm. Yes, you, It's a lot more laid back, but to me... there's less to build. There's less to represent. Rural areas are charming until you live in one. It's the aesthetic of rural areas that are charming. It is not the actual rurality that's charming. Speaking of which, I might actually try and make a small HO layout for that G25 I got. I have an idea on how I can make a nice micro layout that it'll work on, that'll be interesting to operate and interesting to decorate. But, like, I should probably focus on my main model railroad first. That'd be a smart idea. Just perhaps, just maybe. Why do these brown coaches remind me of the Bachman 030 Ohio River and Western passenger set? I wonder. I mean, this is a sort of nice, simple, classy brown. It reminds me of chocolate. I want chocolate now. Alright, so we'll hook these suckers up. And now we can accept people to literally every station, baby. We don't need to discriminate against Dillsborough, or not Dillsborough, sorry. We don't need to discriminate against Wilmot anymore. Let's go, let's go. Donk. Add a nice orange stripe to the chocolate and you get the Illinois Central. Where's the orange stripe at again? Isn't it like over the windows? I really want two-tone paint. Dude, two-tone paint schemes would be ballin'. That'd be great. I would love to see that on these cars. Because right now, don't get me wrong, I like the game for its operations, but it does feel like it could use a little more scenery and graphical style to it. And customization options. For reasons incomprehensible to humans, Wilmot still isn't happy. In fact, Wilmot is more angry than before. NIMBYs be like. Speaking of colors, the ones I used on many of my saves have been regular red, wine red, orange, green, dark blue, blue, and brown with both gold and white lettered text. You've had quite the variety, huh? For every save I do, try and get a slightly different color just to spice things up, but it can be a little hard, you know? You run out of colors eventually. How many people are waiting here? 172, let's go! The 3 cars we just added to the train add 180 people capacity. Woohoo! This still probably won't be enough considering our track record. How's that gondola loading up? I still got 1.8 tons to load. Purple, yeah, it's Purple Guy from Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, the epic movie that everybody's seen along with their dog. Hello, Tare, welcome to the stream, welcome to the stream. Most roof colors are a thing. I'll be going for the Denver and Rio Grande Western style. White roof, yellow body, black text. Good old-fashioned Bumblebee, baby. I mean, you can still get a pretty good Bumblebee imitation. You know, hold on, hold on. It used to be... probably around this level of color. It's not quite the same without the silver roof, though, honestly. Alright, are we full up? We're full up. Okay, let's wait an hour so that we can maybe get that one place fully loaded. Can you just paint it in a rainbow, different color? Yes, please, dude, that'd be fun. Individual plank painting. If only I could do that in no 130. Alright, A Road, we'll send her on her way. And now, that stupid car is full of garbage. Let's go, let's go. And now what that means. What am I doing? Hold on, I may be stupid. You can, just need to have Warhammer painting skills. Hey, I'm close to that. I can do it. I can do it. I could probably also just paint like strips of styrene and then glue them all together. The gondola is full of garbage. Name it Lord Stinker. I've never seen tugs, so I cannot comment. Also, why are all these cars all already unloaded? We delivered these like 2 hours ago. What happened? What happened, game? Wait, you know what? I might need to look something up here in a minute. Oh no, it's not the right model. Dang. Oh well. The yard workers have discovered cocaine! Sounds about right. Alright, I'm actually not going to grab these just yet. I'll leave a handbrake on. And the reason for this is so that we can grab the caboose, slap them on the back of these cars, push those cars into the caboose, or into the back of these brewery, these empty covered hoppers, and from there, we can switch out the cars over here that need to be spotted. Snorting lines and banging knives like the Scottish girl from Pokemon? Excuse me? I didn't know they would have had that sort of content in Pokemon. They have a drug cartel? They have cocaine? Demonetization. Let's go. Speedrunning the most cursed subjects. $111 for 92 fares ain't so bad. Alright, hook that up. Undo the handbrake. Pull her back. Oh my god, Morris and Jojo Mart's defeat is so satisfying. I've never... TK, how have you not finished the game? You've never seen that cutscene before? Bro, I haven't finished the game, but even I know it exists. You don't want to hear the language that comes out when you challenges you to the Pokemon battle. Gonna put several sailors to shame with that tongue of hers. Alright, that'll do, that'll do. How can Railroader have spoilers? I mean, I guess there's spoilers for track routes, but we're talking about, or at least I should say, TK is talking about Stardew Valley in particular. Imagine if Joja Mart was a thing here in Railroader that you had to service. You deliver in boxcars the worst soda you have ever drank. And it exports money. Who swears more, the Pokemon lady or me after stubbing my toe when home alone? Place your bets in the comments. The answer is just kind of simple. It's the Scottish lady. Because if you're only doing it when you're home alone, well, you're not getting enough density in your life. Enough density of swear words and expletives. Uh-oh. Whew. I forgot to make sure that the switches were set correctly. Oops. Kind of important. Oh well, we're safe. We're fine for now. We didn't crash into the caboose at 10 miles an hour and break everything. Can't remember her name, but if you googled her name plus meme, you'll probably find a few. Of course you will. You'll find an entire catalog. You'll find a TikTok compilation. Oh gee, what? This track extends weirdly, huh? I guess Mudge probably didn't add a an extra node. Speaking of competitions, I'm back playing Trailmakers, and I think these engines with only 2 power cores each, but lots of power to offset the cooldown is just the ultimate way to min-max stuff. So what he's saying is, in order to win the Soapbox Derby, we need jet fuel. I like how you think, soldier. Alright, back her up. Off of the main. Not that it really matters, but might as well get out of the way. One of the CMRY's most interesting locomotives is a 280 known as X308. It was built as a test for a high-powered locomotive, but due to issues of being stable at speed, it had become the red... Oh, interesting. Become the red marble point. Oh, wait, is that just... Wait. Is this lore for an actual railroad or lore for the railroad that you're building? I'm confused. Or is it both? That reporting mark sounds suspiciously Welsh. Look out, guys. The British have invaded our railways. It's lore for my... Okay. So it is just the fictional. Got it. Just making sure. Alright. Hook him up. Release the handbrakes. My brain is frying itself again, by the way. I think I'm too hyper-fixated on preparing for the vacation, and I'm really ready to do that. The entirety of my 2 brain cells are working in overdrive to make sure that I am, mentally and physically prepared. I say as I am sleep deprived. I'm procrastinating, prepping for it. No, bad. I'm getting the squirt bottle. You know, Is there an opposite to procrastinating? Like, overcrastinating? Is that a thing? I know I like words. I know I'm sort of like... I'm a writer at heart. You think I would know this. But... Concrastinating? Is that really what it is? Wow, that's a fun word. Alright, you know what? My brain cells are on sleep deprivation and vacation overdrive. Let's get this back to the interchange though, at the very least. Maybe a little more. $805 tons. We'll be fine. We got this. Also, how much money do we have? 1,048? Never mind. We have $48. I've done so much lore on many of my fictional rares, it can be confusing on if it's real or not. Oh, dude, I do that all the time myself. I try and make it so I have some story to tell to make the world feel alive. I do that with the Lamb and Pork Carony. I do that to some degree with my rarity saves, though not as much, you know, as I do with my model rarity plans. I get it. I just wanted to make sure because I remember once that I watched a video of a train's short line railroad, just like a promo for it, but they presented it as a 13-minute documentary, and only the one time that I realized that it wasn't a real railroad was when they showed people, because the train's people looked so polygonal, you know? And I'm like, wait a minute, you're telling me this entire documentary was just to advertise a train's map and locomotive? That was a fun experience. Also very well produced. I like seeing that. You know, I like seeing that little video. That just a bit of a jolt, dude. It was so funny. Just the sudden realization that, oh, wait a minute, no, that's not a that's not a thing. K&L Trains. Yeah, I think it was K&L Trains. They're the guys who also did the Pennsylvania 2664 prototype, right? Or not prototype, but like the alternate universe history mock-up. And the engine, if memory serves me, the steam engine they had in the documentary was engine number 13. Yep, the FG1 2664, the what if. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, where is our friend the passenger train? Okay. We're going to meet her in the heart of Whittier. I had something like that once, saying either Gran Turismo 2, or maybe more likely 3, being demoed on a small TCRT in a shop window, and I didn't twig it wasn't real until the UI came up. Things escalated an hour ago. If nobody heard, but the news, but a certain someone had a pew pew fired at them again. Wait, it was actually fired? I thought it was just that somebody... From what I read of the news, it wasn't that somebody fired at him, but tried to. But Secret Service got involved. Ah, come on. We have to wait. We're getting some excellent screenshot opportunities here. I'm sorry for the screenshot noise so much, but I really like this. This is the perfect opportunity for screenshots, man. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. Patience is a virtue, will never hurt you. As somebody who had to be extremely impatient this last week to get something done, I unfortunately must disagree. There are some circumstances where patience can hurt you. It is a good virtue to have, don't get me wrong, but... Not if you have... Yeah, exactly, like a medical emergency. Would be nice for solo plays a mod that runs CTC for you and directs trains so you can run a crazy road with no penalties. I mean, you can just use ABS, automatic blocking signals, instead of CTC. It's the closest you're probably going to reasonably get. How would it know the right choice to make, though? I'm sure there's some way to make some basic logic for that. But... because, like, think about Factorio train routing. Just give it a mental map that allows it to do something like that, right? Hey, no, don't shoot the messenger. Those are just the song lyrics of Hit Entertainment. Oh, you think we have patience to not shoot the messenger? Oh, yes, it's the olden days. Where a king puts a messenger's head on a pike. How many cars do we have in this tray? 20 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 15 covered operas here. Hey, that's pretty good. I assume the newer versions of Thomas had lyrics to the music then, unless it was Tugs. Yeah, Thomas had lyrics to the music, which why did they do that? Why did they remove the original good music, right? That actually taught people music theory and changing keys? Man, what our world has come to. Hey, you didn't arrange them in color order, so it looks nice when you step through. Yeah, exactly. You think I'm gonna waste my time doing that? Oh my god. Actually, that'd be so painful. Look at how many different random, slightly different colors there are here. Gentle sway as the train travels down the line is a nice touch. I know, right? It's not much, but it's something. Oh, actually, hold on. I can probably up that real quick. Feature. Oh, no, I can't. We're on maximum sway already? Okay, hold on. Let's turn it off. Oh, goodness. It's very subtle, though. I guess it's more prominent on curves. Like here, for instance. Yeah, look at him go. The old Thomas was amazing. I still watch it on 30. Yeah, it's something that I'm probably going to show my kids if I ever have any. That is a big if. Because not because of trains, but more so because of the way it tries to teach lessons and the way the maturity slowly gets introduced and amped up, you know. I wish the train swayed more on straightaways, like Derail Valley, more realistic. I mean, it probably helps that we're running an engine that is pretty stable. It can handle extra sharp corners. Hey, look at that sway. Love that little effect. Wonder if my nephews got to see it? A cousin did have a DVD-R copied off that same tape. Yay, free Microvision media! I feel like you could probably watch it on YouTube somewhere. I'd hope so. Imagine a future map on where the railroad is trying to be a granger, aka a railroad in the Midwest for grain and corn are your line's major exports. My only concern about a railroad like that, Gilded, is that it might not be the most visually intriguing. Or height intriguing, you know? Texturally intriguing. I kind of fear that a railroad like that would be a little too flat, a little too simple, but... Hillside for yeah, hold on, let's see. You know those sort of like those Central American and South American dude, that'd actually be really cool to have like a railroad that goes up and serves those mountaintop wheat farms that are like staircases or whatever. That'd be awesome, dude. That'd be excellent. Could be some hilly sections and more than just grain and corn to ship. Or, you know, it'd be really funny if we had a railroad that was like that one locking railroad with the 20% downhill and uphill grade in that valley. That'd be fun. I mean, the American Midwest is a flat breadbasket, sure, but there's plenty of rolling hills around here that are plastered with arable fields. Arable? Arable? The stuff still grows and the machinery still plows through it. I'm sure there is some solution to my concern of like, oh, but what about any texture? What about any challenge? Because one thing that I often forget is that the Strasbourg Railroad, it being, what, only 4 or 5 miles long, you'd think it'd be flat. No, it's got a 2% in it. It is one heck of a hill. Does help if your preserved line has at least a little bit of topography. Yeah. Or at least has it so that, like, you have a tunnel or something. It doesn't matter if your train is going up and down on the topography. It just matters that you're going through and around topography, you know? It'll be nice to have a new map with different landscape. Yes, I can agree to that. I can absolutely agree to that. Dude, imagine a true mountainous railroad. Imagine if the next railroader map was like the Feather River Canyon. That'd be fun. That'd be silly. East Broad Top come to Railroad. It could be cool, but the one big hurdle is making sure that we actually have a is narrow gauge. It'd be a lot easier to build a standard gauge railroad because, you know, we've got all the engines already for a standard gauge railroad to work. I want a desert map, don't know how that would happen, to be honest. I mean, you could do something like the Thunder Mesa Desert. The way that you can make a desert interesting is have something like Tehachapi Loop, where it's a desert, but there's still a lot of terrain, height differences. It's not just pure flat prairie, you know. If you have a desert map, maybe the Virginia and Truckee. You could also go for the Nevada Northern. Nevada Northern could be a fun one to do. East Broad Top is 3 foot, right? So you could sort of get away with it with copying the route just with wider track, not so much for something like 18-inch or 2. But it is 3 foot. It is 3 foot. But the problem is, Tare, if you copy a narrow gauge railroad and standard gauge, you're going to have all the people who really like that railroad complaining constantly about the discrepancy. If it was like 3 foot to 3 foot 6 inch, you'd have way less people. If you had like 3 foot to 30-inch gauge, it'd be way less, but 3 foot to standard is a pretty big jump. It's like 1 foot and 8.5 inches. Yeah, good luck, you know. I must go and eat and take a shower. Alright, Jack, take care, take care. We will be ending stream here in a minute anyway, so you're not missing out on much. And I will have fun on my vacation. I have a few things that I know I'm going to be able to share with you all, and I'm really excited about it. But that's the subject for a future video. Another mountain-type rare route could be the NYC's Catskill Mountain Branch. Challenging grade in a place that needs more attention? Could be. My instinct is always to go for the Alaska Railroad or like the White Pass and Yukon, but obviously White Pass and Yukon is 3 foot, and Alaska Railroad. The one problem with Alaska Railroad is that it doesn't have any interchange points other than with boats, and so like the interchange yard wouldn't really make enough sense to justify. Ah, well. True, but again, the devs will surprise us sooner or later. That they will, that they will. One of these years. Let's see, what other mountain routes could be fun? Colorado Midland would be a good route, I think. That would be a fun one to do. It's a little short, though, so maybe it's not the best option, but, you know, standard gauge, short line railroad, It's sort of mountainous deserts. You know, people do crazy feats, say stuff like, I just look at everything one step at a time. Yeah, my brain does that by default, and I'm still overwhelmed by the daily stresses and everything else. We love life so much, chat. It's so much fun. Alamosa maybe would be a good one, but their narrow gauge there too. Yeah, a lot of the best lines that I'm personally aware of are narrow gauge, unfortunately. Oh, I know. One route that I would really love to do, that I would really love to see, is Western Portland to Tillamook, Oregon. I'll show you guys an example if I can here in a minute. We'll end the stream showing this off. OpenRailwayMap.org. But first, let's get to the interchange real quick, alright? That'd be interesting, though. The Colorado Midland, in this game's time frame, the line would have been ripped. Oh, that's a shame. Still, though, could make for a good map. Alternate history, exactly, yeah. Yeah, get the, nobody's gonna use the 260s, the USRA 260s. They're all gonna be using 210-2s. Oh, wait, is that why? Is the caboose light why the yard lagged so much for so long? Somebody turn on a caboose light in one of these suckers? Okay, no caboose light there. No caboose light there. Probably no caboose light here. Okay, it's just the one. Jesus. Alright, how are you looking? Heading into the yard. Alright, we're heading into the empty track. Perfect, perfect. I know this is a Class 1 railroad, but the line that goes Barstow to Bakersdown to LA, and then the line that goes LA to Barstow. I mean, just because it's Class 1 doesn't mean it won't make for good terrain and for a good shoreline vibe. One light source causes massive lag? What, does this game use ray tracing? I don't think it does, because I've got an RTX 4070. I think it's just unoptimized lighting systems on the lights in the cabooses. Alright, chat, we're here at the interchange. Said we call it here, but we'll also showcase the one route that I've always liked the idea of running. Alright, save. And let me show you, before we end stream, let me show you this route, right? Hold on, I need to move chat so I can read you guys better. This is the route. It starts here. It's on the outskirts of Portland, Oregon. Here's Portland. So you have to kind of go a little bit of a ways. But this is the Port of Tillamook Bay Railroad. Unfortunately, there's a lot of abandoned tracks here. Although the tracks are actually, I believe they are still intact for the most part. This trail over here on the right we're going to ignore, but this route here, Portatillamook Bay. But you can see there's a little bit of some fun funk over here, eh? There's a lot of fun funk as the railroad follows the river and tries to stay relatively flat. There are a couple of fun bridges and a couple of tunnels along the line. I'm trying to find... There's one bridge I really like in particular. Oh my goodness, there's more... There are more tunnels than I remember. Tunnel 28? Tunnel 29? Goodness gracious. Unfortunately, there are not many towns on the route, so that makes it kind of hard to model. And the few ones there are, there's not really anything going on in them. But it's a very scenic route. Very pretty. Very good. I think we're already at the... Yeah, we're already at the coast. Jesus. So after all of this, though, we make it to the real interesting part of the railroad. Over here, the railroad goes... You can see it goes along the Nehelm River here, right? Wheeler Norm Lake News Station... There's not much going on in the town, but I'm sure that you could add like an industry or two to make spice things up. This is one of my favorite parts of the route. You can take one of those moped power speeders up there, so long as it hasn't been in landslides and the actual rail bed hasn't been reused for a major road or for building houses, you should be okay. Yeah, the railroad is still intact and still owned. It's a long story. I don't really have the time to get into it. I need to go use the restroom, but this little scene is really fun because there's a little lake here, but it connects straight up to the river with a tiny bridge, and you have there's a bunch of foliage on the sides. But as you continue south, first of all, there's a ton of small towns that you can just use as like a small industry location. The railroad makes it to the coastline. Oh, and this is the best part here, which it's not really on the coast, but, you know, it's like on the river here, this little bay area. It's got a really jank route. It probably has some fun gradients to worry about. And yeah, there you go. All right, I think that's enough streaming for one day. I have to go prepare for the vacation. Thank you all for tuning in as always, and I will see you all next month, unless you all are watching the videos that I'm going to be posting for the rest of this month. Enjoy the videos. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you when Halloween is on the horizon. Cheers, folks.